Good morning, everyone. It is the last day aboard Ovation of the Seas for my family, and I'm going to do a deck tour for you to kind of show you what is on each level of this ship in case you're interested in sailing on Ovation of the Seas. We have sailed to Alaska and Canada, and then we are actually going to be taking this boat again, this ship again next year. I'll tell you about that a little later. But we're going to start on deck 3. This is the first deck that really has anything to do except for deck 2 that's medical. And so first of all, we're going to look at the restaurants. They have the Grand Restaurant and the Chic Restaurant, CHIC, on deck 3. These are your formal dining options on deck 3. I'll show you, here's what's going on for lunch today. If you are coming down and having lunch at the formal dining, we have not done much lunch or breakfast in the formal dining. We've done one of each, actually. We had lunch in formal dining yesterday. We had breakfast in formal dining one day of the cruise so far, but I'll give you a peek inside. This is the Grand Restaurant on this side. Each one looks a little different, and I'll show you that on deck 4 as well. That's where the other 2 restaurants are. This is the Chic restaurant on this side. It's more like glass and metal inside of this one, but it's pretty cool. So that is where we ate lunch yesterday, or I'm sorry, we ate dinner there yesterday. So dinner on board the ship's been a little different for us. We've had the My Time dining instead of a set dining time. That's something they're trying out on board this ship, is there's no set dining like 5:30, 8:30 like there normally is. And that's been a little different and a little bit of a headache because we had to reserve spots at the beginning of the cruise for each night, and our dinner times have been all over the place, and that hasn't exactly worked out very well with our group, but it's been okay. And the next cruise that we're going on is actually going back to the regular dining, so we'll have a set dining time again on our next cruise. So the next thing on deck 3 is the Casino Royale. You can see here the entrance to the Casino Royale, and this is the casino area. I'm not gonna film through there, but you've got your slot machines, your table games, and I will say the casino on board the ship is no smoking, and it is a very large casino. It goes back a long ways on this deck. So I'm gonna walk through the casino and then I'll pick back up with you. All right, so as you come out of the other side of Casino Royale, you have the music hall. They do trivia in here. They do music in the evenings. There are also pool tables upstairs at sea. They're doing Royal Mystery in here right now. But this is a 2-floor bar, and it has the lower level where they hold a lot of the trivia things. And then upstairs is where you're going to find the pool tables and things of that nature. Okay, I've moved up to deck 4. As you can hear, this is where the top level of music hall is, and they're having that royal mystery, like a mystery theater in there. Next to the music hall, you have the Diamond Club. Luckily on this cruise, I am a Diamond Club member, so I'll go in there in just a minute and show you around. And then we have the Royal Theater. This is where you have all of your big evening shows, and those have been pretty neat on this cruise. Last night we had Live, Love, Legs, which was a really cool show. So it's a beautiful theater. I'm gonna get out my SeaPass card and go in the Diamond Club and show you what that looks like. This is the Diamond Club on board. It's just a special lounge area that is blocked off and separated from the rest of the ship for those members of the loyalty club that are diamond level or higher. This is our first cruise to be diamond level, so we've enjoyed coming in here. They do hors d'oeuvres in here. You can order drinks in here. We sometimes will bring our kids in the evenings when no one's in here, and we'll set up and play games up here. So it's just a nice quiet space away from the craziness of the ship, would want to come up and see some amazing views. There's the waves today. It's been a little choppy, this trip, not gonna lie. We can kind of start to see land out there a little bit. We are on our way to British Columbia today. We've already been to Sitka, Skagway, and Juneau, Alaska, and we got to see the Dawes Glacier. So that is the Diamond Club area. It's a very nice, beautiful area. And we're gonna go back out and finish exploring deck 8. So these are the staircases on deck 4. Here on the other side, the right-hand side is what I just showed you, Diamond Club and Royal Theater. On the left-hand side, you've got the other entrance to the Royal Theater. Then if you come through the elevator bays, you'll have another entrance on your left to Music Hall. And then you enter the Royal Esplanade. This is your shopping area on board, and it is spread across multiple levels of the ship. And so I'll show you that area. Going back around the corner to the Royal Theater, you have this interactive butterfly wall. This is one of my son's favorite things on board because you can actually touch all the different butterflies and make them fly. And you can really get this board moving. It's pretty. So the ship has your typical store that's got like perfumes and things like that you can get tax and duty free, of course. You've got a beauty shop which has some specialty beauty products in it. It's not like your typical makeup store, it's more of a dermatology type store. You've got sundials. This is where you find your Royal Caribbean merchandise. Again, you've got the rest of Music Hall here. We've got a watch store. Lots of watches, lots of jewelry on board, of course. It's going to get a little loud and a little crazy through here. Prince and Green. This store is mostly Alaska stuff. If you didn't have a chance to get off the boat or you didn't get a souvenir, this store is going to have lots of things that are merchandised for Alaska. So this is just more of Prince and Green here. It's a very large store. On the left, you're going to have Amber and Oak. This is going to be your pub where you can come and have some snacks and drinks. We have Bling here, which is one of the jewelry stores. This has like Kendra Scott and similar products in it. You've got your Swarovski jewelry store here. So we've got Regalia, which is also jewelry. Like I said, lots of jewelry, lots of watches. That's primarily what they have on this ship. There are other things, of course, but that's primary what you see. As we come into the main area of the promenade, we have Sorrento's on the left, which is your pizza, and you can get your sodas refilled there. Cafe Promenade, which is snacks, little sandwiches, and desserts. You've got the open area in the center where they sell things. Over here is a pastry shop that you have to pay for and a Starbucks coffee. We've got the Collection in Kate Spade of New York. You can get purses and other items there. Just trying to show you everything here. Like I said, it's very busy. Right now is the last little bit of sea day. We've got Port Merchants. This is your liquor store where you can get your duty-free, tax-free alcohol. Then back over on the left, we have an ATM. We have a guest services area over to the left. Over to the right, we have Boleros. This is just another bar to come, or lounge, to come lounge and have a drink in. Guest services is very, very busy today. We've lucked out, and the only couple of times I've needed to go to guest services, it's been completely empty. So lots of stuff going on today, it looks like. Then back over here, tucked away to the left, is the ambassador's desk. This is where you can go join Crown and Anchor Society or get things updated with them. So we're going back through the elevator bank. This is the other half of the dining room I was telling you about. You've got the American Icon grill to the left, and you've got Silk to the right. So I will come up and show you what those look like. So this side is the Silk restaurant. It's more of an Asian themed restaurant. That does not mean they serve Asian food. So there are 4 main dining rooms for formal dining nights or, you know, regular dinner nights. But it's not actually Asian food in here. The menu changes on this ship every night. It's like Italian themed one night, it's Asian food themed one night, it's American themed one night. So it's been a very different dining experience. Tonight is Mediterranean, so everything on the menu will be Mediterranean, no matter which of the dining options you go to. So this is the American Icon Grill. It's very pretty in here. And this one's kind of cool. I think my husband and then probably like this one best. It's got lots of car themed things. So you've got like car signs back there, hubcap art. Here's all the headlights. So it's kind of a fun experience. So that is it for deck 4. So we're going to head to deck 5, which is the other part of your Royal Esplanade shopping area and a couple of more bars. So I will see you on deck 5. So I thought I would show you in the stairwell. This ship does have art in all of the hallways and stairwells, just like the other ships do. This is just one of the pieces here in one of the stairwells. Okay, we've made it up to deck 5, and I'm going to walk you down to the back of the ship first. So this is just kind of an artsy area. It leads to some more shopping and dining options, as well as a lounge and a few other hidden treats back here. So we'll head this way. Over on my left, you're going to have the Rolex shop, as well as the Levion diamonds. So that's what's on the left side of me. We've got art hanging in the middle. It's a very pretty seating area. To the right, we have Jamie Oliver's Italian. We did not do that on this cruise. We didn't do any of the specialty dining this time. We were with a rather large party, so it was kind of hard to coordinate just regular dinners, much less any of the specialty dining. But my son and my mother did do a cupcake decorating class in here with Sprinkles cupcakes. And so that was also held at the Jamie's Italian. Here we have Vintages. This is one of your normal bars that you'll see aboard Royal Caribbean ships. We've had a couple of drinks back there. So one of our perks being Diamond members is we actually each get 4 free drinks per day. So it's been nice to go sit in the lounges in the evening and have a drink, and it doesn't cost us anything. So this is the art area, Park West. They don't have anything hanging up this morning, but they've had different art in here pretty much every day of the cruise. Then the next thing we're going to come to on our left is the next cruise desk. This is where you can book a cruise to a future destination while you're on board, and you get some onboard credit and a little bit lower price by booking on board. So I'll tell you if we did that as we walk back through here in a minute. So we're actually headed down to a place called 270. Looks like they're fixing to have bingo in there. But to our right is the cafe at 270. It's not open right this minute, but this is a nice cafe you can go to for breakfast and lunch. They have hot options as well as cold options, and we've enjoyed having some breakfast and snacks in there. It's been very nice. So this is 270. It is a lounge. It is a entertainment venue. They do all sorts of things in here, and I just want you to see the open views in here. So right now they're doing a meeting with the captain.
Is 17.2 tons. You got 2 of them, and 1 meter of chain is 210 meters. 3 feet is 210 kilos. Big things. So we have anchor winches and mooring winches. Tell about the calendar.
So I just wanted to show you the big windows back here. This is a beautiful place to come for some amazing views. And in fact, we, sorry, I'm grabbing a sheet here that tells a little bit about the people on board. We did that as we were leaving the glacier area. We went and sat back there and just watched as we sailed away from the glacier. So we're headed back down to the other side of this deck, so I'll pick back up with you in just a moment. As I walk back by the next cruise desk, I thought I would explain to you if we booked another cruise this trip. We don't always book another cruise when we're on board, but we did this time. So as we're walking back through the deck here to the elevator bay, I'll tell you about that, and you can kind of people watch and look around the ship. So we booked another cruise on the same ship, Ovation of the Seas. That was not intentional. We narrowed it down to about 5 itineraries and ships and looked at the pricing and financials and saw what would work best for us for 2024. And we are actually going to sail a 10-night holiday cruise that leaves out of Sydney, Australia, and it will encompass the Christmas holiday. So we will actually be in Australia and New Zealand for 10 days in December, and that includes the Christmas holiday. So we're really excited that we'll be spending our Christmas in a completely different country. So we visited several countries before, and so this kind of put the idea in our head that we would really like to potentially visit all the continents as well. So we got an amazing price on it. I will tell you that holiday cruises are very, very expensive, especially to prime destinations. And so when the guy gave me the price on it, I almost fell out of my chair because I've never seen a price that low for that type of cruise. And when I mentioned it, he was, it kind of took him back too. He looked at it again. He said, "You're right." He said, "I've never seen that either." So check out, even if you think that, oh my gosh, I would never be able to afford that cruise, check it out. We've done 2 transatlantics. They have not been expensive. So this 10-night Australia, New Zealand, you would expect would be really expensive, but it was such a great price that we were able to book 2 interconnecting interior rooms and still be at a cheaper rate than 1 interior room for 4 people on another ship. So that was very interesting. So from this deck, you can see down into that Esplanade area. This is still considered Royal Esplanade on this floor, but it's not as much shopping and everything here. You've got your shore excursions on the left. Then you've got the Bionic Bar. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. This is where the robots make drinks. Those will not be included in your drink package, just so you know. If you want drinks that the robots make, that will cost you extra. To the right, we have Wonderland, which is one of the specialty dining areas. This is like Alice in Wonderland theme. It's a really pretty restaurant. However, this is the one we planned to do. We were gonna do special dining for this, but the menu is very, very odd. There is not anything that my kids would eat, and so we decided to skip out on that. There's no point in me spending well over a couple $100s for lunch or dinner when I know that my family's 100% not going to eat it. So we decided to skip that. There's also another specialty dining restaurant down here, and this is kind of weird. You have to cross through it to get back to the other side of the ship or to keep going down the center. This is Izumi Japanese cuisine, and they do sushi and things of that nature in here. It's a very pretty area, but it is a little odd that you have to walk through it to continue your journey down the rest of the ship. So I will go over here and show you the Bionic Bar. It doesn't look like anybody's getting any drinks made right now, but just to give you a closer look at it. We've actually done the Bionic Bar before in Las Vegas, so this isn't really a new experience for us. And since it's not included in our drinks, we've just kind of not really messed with it. I did tell my husband I might do one today just for the novelty of it, but I haven't decided. So these are the robots that make the drinks. So fun fact for those of you that don't know, because I haven't told you a whole lot about my husband, he is a robotics and automation specialist. So he deals with robots all of the time. So I know a little bit about robots because I know from him. These are KUKA robots. I have seen these at many different shows, and these are typically orange. So that was a fun little trivia question he gave me there at the beginning of the cruise, was what robots are these and what color are they typically? And so this is where you can come and get a robot drink. They also use robots on this particular ship at the 270. There's one show that they do back there that has KUKA robots that control panels, the TVs and everything back there, was driving my husband crazy, you guys. It was so funny because he can look at it and see the flaws in how it was programmed, how it was installed, and it was kind of driving him nuts that there were so many things that he could fix. So that's my husband for you, Mr. Robotics and Engineering guy. So as you come past Izumi, you're going to find the Schooner Bar. This is where you're going to have a lot of trivia. This is your nautical theme bar, one of our favorite places to hang out. I'm going to shut it off. I'll take a picture, but I'm not going to talk to you because it looks like they're doing trivia. Sexy Alan is leading this. Sexy Alan is your trivia host for most trivia, and he is awesome. So we're going to cut through here real quick. Okay, as you come out of the Schooner Bar, you've got Focus. This is the photo gallery where you can pick up and view your photos from the trip. It is very busy because, like I said, today's our last day and we don't port until later today. So, Chops Grill, this is your other specialty dining that's aboard most ships. This is your steakhouse. Here's a look at their menu. And you can always go on Royal Caribbean's website and find the menus. That's what we did with Wonderland, and that's how we knew we were going to avoid that because our kids, I say our kids wouldn't eat it, but I guarantee you we wouldn't eat it either. We're not big fans of things like liquefied lobster or dirt. It's an interesting menu. You'll just have to look that one up. So the last thing you have on this deck is the rest of your Royal Theater. Of course, you can go outside, multiple places on board. I'm not going to do that. I'm not dressed for it yet this morning. It is very, very cold. It is very, very windy. So you on your right here, you've got an entrance to Royal Theater. Over on the left, you also have an entrance to Royal Theater. And today is the Love and Marriage game show. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be held at 2 o'clock today. Normally that's an evening, like 10 p.m. type of deal. But our stop in Canada today is so late that no one would be back on board. So it is in the afternoon, this trip. So we've made it to deck 6. Deck 6 through 10 are strictly staterooms. So we're not gonna take a peek at all of those. So we're gonna head up to deck 11. This is the deck plans, just in case you're curious. You can maybe zoom in on this and see what's on each deck. So we're gonna head up to 11 and we'll see the Adventure Ocean area, which is the children's area. Okay, so we've made it to Adventure Ocean on deck 11. Adventure Ocean on this ship is actually split between 2 levels. So it depends on the age group of your child, which level of the ship they will be on. So deck 11, which is the lower level, it's so cute how it's designed. It looks like little portholes with all the different fish and animals in it. You come down this way and you've got the areas that they do down here. You've got Royal Babies and Tots. This is of course going to be for your infant area. Then they've got a big, huge play area down here. It is so cute for little kids. And then you've got the, I'm trying to read it here, just Aquanauts on the side. This is where the 3 to 5-year-old group is. So they're actually watching a movie in there right now. So we are exiting Adventure Ocean. She just came out to ask what I was doing because of it being a kids area. They're just being cautious, and that's good to see because I have a son that goes to kids club, so 100% okay with that. Just going up 1 floor to deck 12. Got some fun little donut art here. And this is the level of Adventure Ocean that my son attends. My son is going to be 9 on his birthday. So we've got Adventure Ocean up here. I'm not going to record all the way down the hall because she said they prefer we don't record in this area, being that it's a kids area, and I can respect that. So this area up here is where all of the kids 6 and older will report to. What's nice, this cruise that we have not been offered in the past is they have some onboard Wi-Fi phones. And so that way, if your kid is staying like for the late night adventure party or anything like that, and they get scared or they want to be picked up or anything like that, they have a way to get in touch with you. So that's worked out really nice for this cruise for us. We do that each night with our son, and that way he can tell us, I want to stay till 1 in the morning, or it's 10:30, I'm tired, I want to go to the room. So that's been a really interesting thing on board this cruise, and we've really enjoyed that. One last thing about Adventure Ocean, we did not know this, but my son came prepared just in case. Tonight, being the last night on board, is the pajama party. So Axton is looking very forward to doing pajama party tonight at Adventure Ocean. Okay, we've made it to deck 14. We're actually in the solarium, but we're gonna walk through the adults area first. This is the special area for adults 18 and over. You've got all sorts of lounge chairs and activities here for adults. Now, this area is nice and the solarium is nice because it blocks the wind. It's not as cold. Our destination, Alaska in Canada, is super cold. You've got the Solarium Bistro, which is another dining option here that does breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we're gonna walk through around this way, show you the adults area pool, and then we'll turn around and go back to the solarium, which looks like this area, but it's meant for families and kids. Again, you've got beautiful views out the front. You've got adults only hot tubs. You can actually go out on the sides from here, down one deck. You'll be able to go outside on the very edge of the ship and see the entire ship. So we'll do that in a minute. We've got the hot tubs, then the pool for the adult level. You've got the bar over on the left. This pool is a multi-level pool. So as you can see, it splits and goes down. It cascades down multiple levels. So that's a fun and interesting pool versus some of them that we've seen. So you got the Sunshine Bar. Again, there's the Solarium Bistro. So we're gonna wrap up filming right here, and we're gonna go back to the solarium and we'll find Axton. He's in the pool, so we're gonna go find him with Dad. So this is the other indoor pool area that is warm inside, so lots of people like to hang out in here. There are 2 hot tubs and a swimming pool in this area, as well as a pool bar. This is where we've done our hot tubbing and our swimming on this cruise. And what's nice in here, as well as all of the pools, just so you know, all of the pools, the flow rider, everything on board this particular cruise, they are all heated. So there's no cold water. You're not going to be freezing. It's still cold getting in and out. You are in Alaska and Canada, but all of the water is heated. So it's not bad. The kids are enjoying getting into the pool, getting into the flow rider, all of that fun stuff. So we're gonna go find Axton, and I'll have him say hi to you, and then we'll head outside to the Splashaway Bay area. Okay, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
There's Axton. He's been in the pool, and he's fixing to get back in the pool, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, what's been your favorite part of the cruise so far?
The pool.
The pool? You like that, huh?
And bumper cars.
And bumper cars. Yeah, we haven't got to the bumper cars yet. So, all right, tell everybody bye, and I'll let you get back in the pool. He's ready to get back to swimming, right? Yep. All right, bye, Axton. All right, so as we go outside, you are going to have your ice cream on the right. Quite the draw today. More views, of course. Then here in the center, you are going to have the Splashaway Bay. This is the kids' pool area. There's more pools, there's more hot tubs, and then there's like the water slides and things like that. In the center, there is a TV out here. However, on this particular cruise, I don't know if they do it on other cruises, but there hasn't been any sort of outdoor movies or entertainment of any kind for that area. So it's just been like next cruise stuff and, you know, what's on board activities type of thing. So up here on the left, we have another dining option that doesn't cost any extra. This is called Fish and Chips. And so they have fish, they have fish sandwiches, they have chicken strips, and they have shrimp, and it all comes with fries. So I'm gonna stop in and grab some fish real quick. It is lunchtime, and then we'll continue with our tour. So from here you can see the North Star. That's what the big ball is on top of the ship. This lifts way into the air, and you get these beautiful scenic views of the boat below, as well as the port of call that you're in. And then on this side of the ship, you can't see it from here, but we'll get up there, is where the iFly, Ripcord iFly skydiving simulator is. So we'll make it up there in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna stop and have lunch, and then we'll carry on with our little tour here. Okay, so as you come in on 14 from Fish and Chips, you're going to walk down a hallway that leads you to a couple of more dining options. You've got Coastal Kitchen, which I have not seen open, and Windjammer. So Windjammer is like your buffet area. Coastal Kitchen, I don't know, you probably could make a reservation there. I just don't know when they're open. We haven't been up here very much. The Windjammer on board here is set up completely different than other ones we've been to. Instead of getting hand sanitizer and going in, you have to go through a hand washing station. There's only about 7 spots on each side of the Windjammer to wash hands, and it's a requirement that you do it. And so it really slows down the process of getting into the Windjammer. And so unless you come early and get in line to get in pretty quick first thing in the morning, you are going to face longer wait times to get in. And of course, it's still very chaotic in there. If you've ever been on board, you know the Windjammer is very busy. So the other thing on this deck on the right hand side is the living room. This is your teen area for 12 to 17-year-olds. They can come in here and read and draw, hang out. They do all sorts of activities in here. This is where our daughter has come several times on the cruise. She likes to come up here and lay down in those little pods over there, watch TV, do art, play on her Switch, that sort of thing. So we're gonna head up to deck 15. There's one last view at Splashway Bay. Okay, we are on deck 15. We are headed towards the Seaplex area. This is the indoor sports area. You've got the Suite Sun Deck if you are a Suite member. You've got Fuel. This is the teenage club area. And so they're doing family fun zone in there right now, but mostly that area is reserved for the teenage crowd. So as we go to Seaplex here, I'll explain, they do pickleball, archery, roller skating, bumper cars, basketball tournaments, dodgeball tournaments, gaga ball tournaments. They do all sorts of activities. They are fixing to set up or take down, I'm not sure which, from a volleyball tournament. So this has been a fun area. We've done ping pong upstairs. There's an Xbox area upstairs where you can play video games. And so this has been a lot of fun in here. We've done the family archery. We've done bumper cars twice, and we've done roller skating at sea. So this area has been a lot of fun. Axton also did the Gaga Ball tournament that they had in here. So I'll take you around and show you the bumper cars. I will say this, these activities get packed in a hurry. So you either want to make sure you've made your reservations in advance for things like roller skating and archery, or you want to get here early and get in line. The bumper car line will wrap completely around the Seaplex, and it will take forever sometimes. They normally run 6 bumper cars. On this cruise, we've seen them as low as 4 bumper cars. So it can take a long time to do some of those activities. So here's what the bumper cars look like. And so it is a lot of fun, but you could be waiting a significant amount of time if you sleep on it and don't get here and get in line early. So you can kind of see the Xbox area upstairs. And so there is one other free dining option on this floor as well. So we're gonna head back around this side of the Seaplex so that you can see this dining option. So they are setting it up right now for volleyball tournament. And they do tournaments for young kids. They do tournaments for teenage crowd. They do tournaments for adults. So, and they do family activities. The archery is usually a family activity. So here you have the Seaplex Doghouse. This is hot dogs and brats, and that's what's in this area. This is probably my biggest complaint on board are these Coca-Cola Freestyle machines. This is how they're doing their soda package. The cups have a RFID chip in them. You set them down in there. That's how it knows that you've paid for the soda package and you can get your soda. That's great, except there's only a handful of these on board for like 2,800 people on board that have potentially paid for soda packages or unlimited drink packages. So one of them's down. It's been down pretty much the whole cruise. There are 2 at Sorrento's. One doesn't make ice. It's been broken the entire trip. There are 2 in Windjammer. So those are the only ones we found. 5 machines on board the entire ship, and 1 has been down the entire time, so that's down to 4, and 1 doesn't make ice, so people kind of avoid that one, but it's okay. It is what it is. We do enjoy the freestyle and having all of the options on there, but it would just be nice if the machines were reliable and worked, or if they went down that they had a way to fix those in a timely manner. So it's been hit or miss with the drinks. We've also found issues with, it'll think you've already got a refill when you have it, so then it makes you wait a certain amount of time to get a refill. So that frustrates the kids because they're thirsty and now they can't get their refill. Or what else has happened is they run out of a lot of the drinks early in the day, and it doesn't seem like anyone's coming by and checking it. And so, you know, by halfway through the day, you may be down to maybe 6 drink selections from 50, and it's all weird stuff, of course, that no one's drinking, and then you've got to wait for them to kind of reload the machine and get it ready to go. So it's been hit or miss. So if you buy the soda package on board, just know that that's how it works on this ship. And if there were enough machines and they were all working, that wouldn't be such an issue, but that's kind of been our experience here. So we are going to go outside. Woo, on deck 15. At least the sun's peeking out. That makes it nice for today. On deck 15, behind the hot dog house, you will find the 1 shuffleboard that they have on board the ship. It is nice to see that they still have it, but there is only 1. They do have a shuffleboard tournament as well. So we are heading up to where the Flow Rider and the iFly are, because I want to show you those. This is the back side of the check-in area from iFly. This is where you would come out and view your pictures and things like that. So we're gonna head up these stairs. It's gonna take us to the Flow Rider first. It looks like it is open today. The kids have done the Flow Rider several times. I haven't done it on this particular cruise. I've done everything else. I just haven't done the Flow Rider yet. It is heated. Again, everything's heated. So right here, you've got the back of the ship. So then you've got the Flow Rider area. And then right above it here, this is the iFly area. So this is where you do the skydiving. There are actually people in it right now. It is very controlled. There's an instructor in it with you the entire time, and you get 1 minute of flight time. So once you enter the tube, you're on a countdown for 1 minute of flying time. So that's very fun. We all did the iFly except for Jason. My husband did not do it, but my parents did it, and my father-in-law did it, and then myself and the kids did it. So there's some beautiful views over here from the Flow Rider. So I just thought I would show you. Getting close to land over here. There you go. Then if you continue over this way, it's actually down 1 floor from where we're at. But you've got the rock climbing wall is right there. So we'll go back downstairs here in just a second and look at the rock climbing wall. Okay, we've gone down 1 floor from the Flow Rider, which is right there. It's just blocked by that wall. You've got your walking track around the ship. You've got your check-in for the Ripcord by iFly, as well as the Flow Rider. And then right here is the rock climbing wall. So Axton has spent quite a bit of time over here this cruise on the rock climbing wall. He has been working really hard to get to the bell. Amber was able to get to the bell. Axton is just barely away from it, but he keeps trying. So we'll see if he gets there before the end of the cruise. You've got these beautiful panda bear art pieces on board, and that's on top of the C-plex. So that's what this area is. That's what's sticking out here on the side as well, is the C-plex. So we're just walking outside on the walking deck on 15, and we're gonna walk down to the other end. So what I wanted to tell you about the iFly, just so that you're aware, you can book it in advance of your cruise for the paid spots, which are the spots on sea days. It is free on port days, but you have to book a reservation. and those open up the night before you're in the port. So like if you're stopping in Skagway, Alaska on Monday, then on Sunday evening the spots would open up and you can reserve a free spot for iFly. However, if you want to do it on sea days, you need to book it well in advance of your cruise. It's $29 per person, and you can do the same thing with the North Star. So the North Star is free on port days as long as you make that reservation the day before. Or if you want it on the sea days, you just have to pay, it's $19 per guest, and that makes your reservation for the North Star, which is this big ball that lifts up in the air, observation deck kind of thing. So we did not pay in advance for those, so we were able to book. We did both of them already. We did them on the first port day. It was a lot of fun. We actually heard that you could do walk-ons for them as well, so we kind of tested that out, because you can only reserve them once per cruise for the free ones. Now if you want to pay, you can pay as many times as you want. So you can see, I'm just kind of giving you views here as we walk through. So once per cruise for the free. So I did the first port of call. We went up in the North Star. We did the iFly. It was a lot of fun because we were able to book those around our excursion, so it didn't mess up anything that we were doing, and we had a ton of fun. So the second port we went to, I tried to do a walk-on on the North Star just to see if that would work, and it did. I went over. I was super friendly, super nice. Just, they were full, but I asked the guy, could I just hang out and see if somebody didn't show up? And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And so I was able to get on board for the North Star. And I have not tried to do that with the iFly. It's been completely full. But we did go ahead and reserve a paid spot for both of our kids for today, day 7, as we go into Canada. Like I said, our stop is really late, so they consider this kind of like an at-sea day. And so our kids are going to do the iFly one more time this evening. I'm hanging out here at the North Star. They're loading up right now, and I was going to give you a peek as they close it up and it starts to go up. It's going to take just a minute. So again, just remember, there are lots of fun things to do on this ship. It is a very kid-friendly ship. However, a lot of things are going to have really long lines or require those reservations, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. So that's caused some frustration and anger with some people on board. Like the roller skating and the Seaplex, you absolutely have to make a reservation for it. And of course there were parents that didn't know that, and so their kids didn't get to do roller skating, and they were very upset. And now you can just go to a different day, right, and make a reservation. That's not the end of the world. But I know how it is as a parent when your kids get really excited to do something and you've told them they can do it, and then you have to tell them, you know, sorry, it's completely full. I didn't know we had to make a reservation. So I know how that goes. So there is a North Star bar right under the North Star. Right under that is the Sky Bar at the pool. So they have closed the observation deck, and they're getting ready to release it, and then it'll start lifting up here in just a minute. So once the ball reaches the top, it will turn in one direction, and then it will rotate and turn back in the other direction, and then it'll come back to center, and then it'll come back down. So that's how the ball works. And I'm hopeful that I'm showing this all to you, because it is, the sun right here is terrible and I can't see what's on my phone screen. There it goes. It's starting to lift up, and I'm just kind of walking closer to it where I can kind of see and make sure that I have this on the screen for you, so I don't want you to miss it. So that's the North Star going up. It is a lot of fun. It's definitely neat to see the pool deck and the ship from a completely different view, and it looks really tiny from up there, so it's kind of cool. So that's what it does. It lifts you way up above the ship, and I'm sorry, I don't know like the maximum elevation or anything of it off the top of my head, but it's really cool and it's worth doing. Now I would not pay $19 to do it. Just do it for free. Make your reservations, do it for free. And then if you can get on again, great. If you can't, like I said, I wouldn't pay $19 for it. That's just me. So from up here, you can see into the solarium area. That's where that indoor kids pool area is. And then the walking track is going to take us back around. There is a deck 16 that is kind of, I guess, where your fitness center and spa are. I'm not going to head up there because they're doing lots of sales pitches today, trying to sell those last minute goodies, last minute massages, all of that kind of stuff, and I'm just not really interested in any of that. So we're gonna go ahead and head in right here and call it a day. We are back into the solarium, and I'm going to head downstairs and go keep my husband company while our son continues to be a little fishy. He's down there talking to dad right now. So that's gonna wrap it up for me on this one. Again, if you wanted to go up one more floor, you would just see the spa and the fitness center, but we're not gonna do that on this particular tour. You can find videos for that online, I'm sure. But I've been out recording for a good while now, and my family's like, Mom, come back. Actually, the Vitality Spa is right here, guys. So I guess it's just the gym that's up one floor. But this is where you would come if you wanted to be pampered. I do like to do that. Normally I will do a massage on each cruise, but this one I decided not to. And the reason for that is booking that trip to Alaska, or not to Alaska. I've been to Alaska, Australia, booking that Australian vacation for our family. It was more important to me to set the funds aside to do that than to do the spa. And then I also, I was just going to show you that. Oh, this one's not working, but these are those wayfinder screens so you can find things on ship. But we did book the other trip, and my husband was like, well, why don't you get a Kate Spade purse on board? And I was like, no, because I can get those cheaper at home. On board, they're like $400, and I can get them cheaper at home through the websites that I use. And my cruise deposit for the Australian vacation was $400, so I'd rather spend that $400 on making sure my family's got their next cruise all booked up. And so that's it, guys. That is the tour. I'll show you, I'm on the other side of the Solarium Bistro. Here is their menu that they have, if you want to take a peek there. I don't know if this one changes every day. We haven't ate in the Solarium Bistro. We just have kind of let the kids pick where we end up. And then these are those wayfinder screens that are interactive, and you can find the cruise compass for the day. You can find what's on the deck you're on. You can find your room, what the dinner options are. There's all sorts of things that you can do on these. So that is it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed our tour of Ovation of the Seas. Definitely a different experience from the last ship that we were on board. But I am going to head back out to the solarium and enjoy the rest of the day with my family. And I hope when you're on board that you will enjoy your time with your family as well. Have a great day.